every single one of you WNBA players, you better pray that Caitlin Clark doesn't get injured, because she's keeping your league afloat.
Angel Reese just made a bold claim, threatening a WNBA strike over pay while openly admitting her $74,000 salary isn't enough to cover her bills.
Ladies who are making $74,000 a year, you chose this profession. You know how much you make in the WNBA. Whatever your career you choose, you should probably look at what the career earnings are of going into that field.
But instead of rallying support, she got a brutal reality check from none other than Patrick Bet-David. In his latest podcast, he didn't hold back, exposing the harsh truth about the WNBA's financial struggles and calling out Reese's sense of entitlement.
WNBA players could go on strike over salary and benefits. So Angel Reese says this: I love watching her highlights of missing shots. She's got to be the worst shooter you've met in your life.
Because I'm hearing they don't give us, if y'all don't give us what we want, we sit out. That's a possibility.
Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark continues to elevate the league, bringing in record-breaking attendance, skyrocketing viewership, and increased sponsorship deals, all without complaining about money.
WNBA's attendance had a record-breaking high in 20 years with a total of 2.3 million fans attending games. You know what the increase was from 2024 to 2023 in attendance? 48%. That's massive. That's the Caitlin Clark effect.
Phenomenon, yeah.
If Caitlin Clark gets injured, it's over with. Tom.
In this video, we break down exactly how Patrick humiliated Angel Reese, why her demands make no sense, and how Caitlin Clark is proving to be the real game changer for women's basketball.
Stupid, arrogance, entitlement, racism, sexism will fly. I, me, I.
Angel Reese has never been shy about voicing her frustrations, but this time she took it to another level. During an Instagram live session, she bluntly stated that her WNBA salary doesn't even cover her bills. At just $74,000 a year, she claimed that playing in the league isn't financially sustainable, especially when compared to her college days at LSU, where her NIL, name, image, likeness, deals raked in a staggering $1.8 million.
2004, the NHL canceled the entire season. Here's the catch when you're going to go on strike. Number one revenue sport in America, what do you think it is? The NFL. How much you think they make? $17 billion. The NBA, a little over $11 billion. You guys are a $150 to $200 million company. You're operating at a loss every single year. You've never made money. It's called a zombie company. You're subsidized by the NBA.
Reese even joked that hating pays the bills, hinting that the backlash she receives online might be more lucrative than her actual basketball career. But instead of gaining sympathy, her comments sparked major criticism. Many pointed out that the WNBA, unlike the NBA, is not a billion-dollar industry and has struggled to turn a profit for decades. Reese and other players demanding higher pay without the league generating sustainable revenue raised eyebrows.
As soon as they're profitable, they can go on strike and they can go from 9% of the revenue to 12% of the revenue. But if there's no revenue, you can't get percent of nothing.
The harsh truth? The WNBA has been losing millions every year and is heavily subsidized by the NBA just to stay afloat. In fact, reports suggest the league lost between $40 to $50 million last year alone. So when Angel Reese started talking about a potential strike, Patrick Bet-David wasn't having it. On his podcast, he ripped apart Reese's argument with cold, hard facts. He reminded everyone that professional sports salaries are dictated by revenue, not by feelings or comparisons to male leagues.
Here's a clip of Lisa Leslie saying that the WNBA should get paid more.
Oh, no. I do feel like the pay gap would be something that, we could just take a donation around the NBA maybe. Maybe one night y'all don't go to the casinos.
I have something on this, though. Because it pisses me off. It pisses me off because I don't think there's anyone in America that supports the WNBA more than NBA players.
100%.
The NBA players support the WNBA
the most.
More than we probably support the fucking NBA.
He called out Reese and other WNBA players for seemingly ignoring the fundamental business reality. If the league isn't profitable, there's no extra money to hand out. Unlike the NBA, which brings in over $11 billion annually, the WNBA operates at a loss, making her demands completely unrealistic.
Is it true that the WNBA makes money when they don't play?
What does that mean?
Yes. In a way, the WNBA has historically lost money and receives financial support from the NBA, which means that the WNBA games are not played. The league can actually save money by avoiding operating costs. If they go on a strike, the NBA is like, awesome.
To make matters worse for Reese, Patrick didn't just stop at the economics. He even mocked her on-court performance, pointing out her poor shooting ability and questioning whether she should even be in a position to demand more money. "She's got to be the worst shooter you've met in your life," he joked, reinforcing the idea that if Reese wants to get paid like a star, she first needs to play like one.
Caitlin Clark is a hell of a player for sure. But I don't take disrespect lightly. And she disrespected Alexis and my girls, South Carolina, they still my SEC girls too. Then y'all not gonna disrespect them either. So I wanted to pick her pocket, but I had a moment at the end of the game, and I was in my bag. I was in my moment. Yeah.
Honestly, I have no idea. I was just trying to get to the handshake line and shake hands and, be grateful that my team was in that position. That's all you can do is, hold your head high, be proud of what you did, and, all the credit in the world to LSU. They were tremendous. They deserve it.
Dejanay Carrington, you wouldn't even know who she was if she didn't try to beat up Caitlin Clark in a game. You wouldn't even know, but these two clowns got together as the dumbest people in sports and saying, wait for it, they need more money, threatening to hold out if they don't get what they want.
Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark, the biggest name in women's basketball, isn't whining about her paycheck. Instead, she's letting her game do the talking, breaking records, filling arenas, and bringing more attention to the WNBA than ever before. The contrast couldn't be clearer. While Reese complains about money, Clark is out there making the league more valuable. And that's exactly why Patrick Bet-David and countless fans aren't buying into Reese's entitlement.
Reese has been vocal about her low WNBA salary, revealing her $74,000 a year salary doesn't cover rents. "I just hope you know that the WNBA doesn't pay my bills at all. I don't even think they pay one of my bills." Reese's financial struggles stem from WNBA salary not matching her past earnings, as her NIL valuation at LSU was $1.8 million, bolstered by deals with Reebok, PlayStation, McDonald's, and Coach, while a 4-year rookie deal was $324,000 with $74,000 due next season. Since the WNBA's $200 million revenue last season only allocated 9.3% to salaries, unlike the NBA's 50% share of the $5.3 billion in 2023.
Patrick Bet-David didn't just criticize Angel Reese, he exposed the brutal financial reality of the WNBA that most players don't want to acknowledge. On his podcast, he broke it down in simple terms. The WNBA has been a financial disaster for nearly 3 decades.
You lost 50 million. You know who would clap for you all sitting out? The NBA. So they don't have to subsidize your dumbasses to the tune of 40 to 50 million a year. Like if I'm an NBA owner, I didn't get rich by wasting a couple million on something that has no chance of making money. These two, sit out. Sit out. See what happens. Now, I would miss watching the Fever. I would miss watching Caitlin Clark, but I wouldn't miss anything else.
Since its inception in 1997, the league has never turned a profit. Unlike the NBA, which generates over $11 billion annually, the WNBA is barely scraping by, with revenue estimates ranging between $150 million and $200 million.
I love how y'all have selective hearing. I said I'm hearing if they don't give us what we want, we sitting out, and that's the truth. Good.
But here's the kicker. Despite this, the league still lost around $40 million last year alone. Patrick highlighted the fact that the WNBA is essentially a zombie company, meaning it survives not because it is profitable, but because it is subsidized by the NBA. Without the NBA's financial backing, the league wouldn't even exist. He pointed out that the NBA not only funds the WNBA, but also provides resources, marketing, and broadcasting deals to keep it afloat. Yet, instead of being grateful for the opportunity, players like Angel Reese are now talking about going on strike, despite playing in a league that literally loses money when it operates.
I guarantee you, people that are actually going to be at the negotiating table are saying right now this word, will you shut up?
And this is where Patrick humiliated Reese the most. He pulled up historical data on major sports strikes, including the 1994 MLB strike, the 1998 NBA lockout, and the 2004 NHL lockout. But there was a key difference. Those leagues were profitable. The players in those leagues had leverage because they generated billions of dollars in revenue, and their strikes were about negotiating a fairer share of profits. In contrast, the WNBA doesn't have profits to share. Patrick sarcastically pointed out that if the WNBA players go on strike, the league might actually save money because they wouldn't have to cover operational costs. The NBA might even welcome the strike since it would temporarily stop the financial bleeding.
I guarantee you, those women, the intelligent ones, the one that have a brain, the one that are actually going to sit down and do this, are saying to Angel Reese, shut up, take off your clothes, show your ass, talk about how Hollywood stars want to date you, and move it along. Let us handle this. And you just keep being stupid and work on your layup.
This revelation completely destroyed Angel Reese's argument. Patrick made it clear that you can't demand more money from a league that is already losing money. He compared it to a small business that has been operating at a loss for years. Eventually, the owners would just shut it down. He even posed the question, how long can a business survive without making a profit?
I guarantee you, the intelligent folks, and there are plenty in the WNBA, are saying, will you two idiots just shut up? Sit out.
The answer? Most small businesses fail within 3 years if they don't make money. The only reason the WNBA has survived for nearly 30 years is because of the NBA's financial support. Then came the ultimate mic drop moment. Patrick pointed out that if Caitlin Clark were to get injured or stop playing, the WNBA's recent surge in viewership and revenue would likely collapse overnight. This wasn't just speculation. The numbers prove it. Thanks to Clark, WNBA attendance has skyrocketed by 48%, merchandise sales have increased by 61%, and TV viewership has jumped by 170%. She has single-handedly injected new life into the league, and that's where Angel Reese's stance becomes even more laughable.
I will continue to use my voice to speak for what we want and deserve as a league. Thank you. No, that's not what you did. You said me, I. They're going to get more than us. I deserve more, blah, blah, blah. Oh, shut up. You know, you'd actually, if you really want to go into business, you need to pay some money back. You made absolutely nothing. You haven't really enhanced the league. Caitlin Clark has.
While she's demanding money that doesn't exist, Caitlin Clark is out there making the league more profitable. Patrick made it painfully clear. If WNBA players want higher salaries, they should be thanking Caitlin Clark, not complaining about their pay. While Angel Reese is busy demanding more money from a league that can barely sustain itself, Caitlin Clark is doing the one thing that actually matters: bringing in revenue. The numbers don't lie. Since Clark entered the league, the WNBA has seen record-breaking attendance, TV ratings, and merchandise sales. Every game she plays is a must-watch event, with packed arenas and millions of viewers tuning in. Clark isn't just elevating her own career, she's lifting the entire league, proving that talent, not entitlement, is what drives success.
And I have a suggestion for you. Don't sit out. You have a real opportunity right now. The only time, think about it, baseball is going to go away on ESPN. ESPN is pushing women's sports like never before. Instead of having every single person with a reasonable mind say, look, morons, nobody's going to miss you. This is your time. Take advantage of it.
Patrick Bet-David hammered this point home, explaining that sports salaries aren't based on fairness or effort. They're based on market value. And right now, Caitlin Clark is the most valuable player in the WNBA, not just in terms of skill, but in financial impact. Unlike Reese, who complains about her paycheck, Clark is out there generating revenue, which is the only way WNBA salaries will ever increase. Take, for example, the WNBA's 2024 viewership explosion. ESPN reported that the league's average TV audience has jumped by 170%, with Clark's games leading the charge. This isn't just a small bump, it's the single biggest surge in popularity the WNBA has ever seen, and that translates directly to higher ad revenue, bigger sponsorship deals, and more opportunities for players to earn. But instead of recognizing this, Angel Reese and others are acting as if the money should just magically appear.
Instead, people are saying, look, morons, you're just morons. And the more you talk, the dumber you sound. I hate to say it.
Patrick also pointed out the irony in Reese's stance. She's complaining about making $74,000 a year while playing just 40 games, yet she willingly chose this profession. Nobody forced her to enter the WNBA. She had years to research the league's financial state before declaring for the draft. She could have chosen another career path, but she didn't. Now she wants to change the rules and demand NBA-level money without NBA-level revenue. Patrick compared it to someone who willingly takes a job in a struggling company and then complains that their paycheck isn't big enough. It makes no sense, and if Angel Reese really wants to talk about pay, then she should look in the mirror. She is still one of the highest-earning women's basketball players because of her NIL deals. Even though her WNBA salary is relatively low, her endorsement deals with brands like Reebok, McDonald's, and PlayStation have made her a millionaire.
If I was funding this league, I'd say, all right, hold on. You got a golden goose. We all got one in Caitlin Clark. These people that are criticizing Caitlin Clark, these people that are hitting Caitlin Clark, these people that are talking as if they are as important as Caitlin Clark are hurting our opportunity. They're hurting the brand.
So why is she crying about money? Unlike most players in the league, she actually has alternative income streams. Yet instead of using her platform to push for sustainable growth in the league, she's threatening to strike, something that would only hurt the WNBA even more. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark continues to stay focused on her game. She's not out there making excuses or playing the victim. She's putting up record-breaking performances, inspiring the next generation of female athletes, and proving that real success isn't handed out. It's earned.
Tell these idiots to shut up, stand down, because their threats are meaningless to the average viewer. Meaningless.
Patrick Bet-David made it clear. If more players had Caitlin Clark's mentality instead of Angel Reese's entitlement, the WNBA wouldn't need to beg for money. It would be making it on its own.
Beats the hell out of watching Angel Reese miss free throws and layups and throw the ball off the underneath of the backboard and not know the rules. Stop it, stupid.
Angel Reese may think she's making a strong case for better pay, but the harsh reality is that complaining won't change the numbers. The WNBA has struggled financially for nearly 30 years, and no amount of striking or demands will magically generate revenue. Patrick Bet-David exposed the brutal truth. This league is being propped up by the NBA, and without real profitability, there's no justification for higher salaries. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is doing what actually matters, bringing in the fans, boosting ratings, and making the WNBA relevant like never before. Instead of whining about paychecks, she's proving her worth on the court, and the results speak for themselves.
I think that experiencing it, I love Caitlin Clark fans, but Caitlin Clark fans is different. They C-Square, shout out to the gang, different. They are very passionate people, and they gonna ride or die.
Listen, Caitlin Clark is a god to her friends. She does no wrong. Do not play. Do not play with her fans.
Just to say, C-Square, I'm happy I'm on the right end of it.
We on the right end of the stick, baby, because
I hate to be.
Listen,
because
they love us right now. But if we go right left, it's over for us.
Yeah. Caitlin Clark fans, I love you back, I promise. Please stop.
Yeah.
Her fans. But the one thing I would say about Caitlin Clark fans that I can't appreciate, they'll go anywhere she go.
Oh, they gonna travel. She gonna travel. And right there. Right there
I just
with
think
her.
It's super dope though, because it's they would literally go anywhere she go, and so she's built that kind of platform. I'm damn, that's lit.
If Angel Reese and others truly want to earn more, they should follow Clark's example. Elevate the game, bring in revenue, and let the market decide their value. At the end of the day, sports is a business, and right now, Caitlin Clark is good for business. Angel Reese? Not so much. The question now is, will she step up and prove she deserves a bigger paycheck, or will she keep playing the victim while Clark continues to dominate? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.
That association, they gave us a gym that I paid for. Not entirely, but they took money out of my check and I paid for it, bro.
You better get the fucking full usage of that.
Man, I got hot tub, cold tub, weight room, full court basketball room. I walk in today, I'm on one side working out, Caitlin Clark on the other side.
Really?
I look at myself, there you go, 2 fucking legends, Patty.
Did you say what's up?
You know I say what's up, but I'm not the type to say what's up to interrupt your workout because I don't like people to interrupt mine. She can shoot the shit out of it.
And the WNBA assist leader this past year.
She can shoot the shit out the ball.
She's a great shooter.
And she's one of those workout people, got to think, anytime I hit the court, I got to hit that bike. I'm older now, so I got to get on that bike and stroll for a couple 5, 6, 7 minutes. So while I'm strolling, through the park, I'm looking at her shoot it. And she's one of those shooters where if you know as a gym rat, you guys know, like, damn, bro, why you throw that pass bad? Give me the ball in my chest. I'm like, oh, she's a gangster also.
She's lighting people up.
Throw me the ball the way I want it.
What drill was it? What drill was she running?
I don't know. She was doing a 2 in a row corner wing. And if you miss, you have to go back to the next spot. And if you missed again, you have to go back to the starting spot. She had a nice drill. I'm literally still in it.
That's nice.
And she was shooting the shit out of it.
Of course she was.
Right. So she was shooting the shit out of it. And
she's the face of the league.
Agreed.
She's the face of the league. Agreed.